Just north of Papua New Guinea is the Philippines, the world's second largest archipelago. Built of coral and volcanic rock, it tallies over 7,600 islands, 5,000 of which are uninhabited and unnamed. The remaining islands are shared by 108 million Filipinos who speak more than 170 languages. English ranks number 5. The Philippines is the world's top supplier of coconuts and nurses. In fact, roughly a quarter of all overseas nurses hail from these islands. Besides saving the world, Filipinos also love shopping. In fact, the Philippines claim 3 of the world's top 10 largest shopping malls. They are also die-hard basketball and boxing fans. And it seems the Earth's most avid texters. Seriously, Filipinos send an estimated 142 billion texts a year. That equals 400 million texts a day. Hence, the country's moniker, the texting capital of the world.
Not every journey is clear in the beginning. They will often ebb and flow, revealing new things along the way. They can bring us to places we never intended to go. And they can ask us for courage we didn't know we had. Sometimes, those rare and important journeys bring us back to where we started, showing us that along the way, just like our destination, we have changed.
This island is called Bancal Pugad. It's one of the poorest fishing village northeastern side of the Manila Bay. I was born here. My dad was a fisherman. When my dad was raising the family, we were so poor, but Dad has a different view. He wanted us to send us to school and get out of this poor village.
So, Romy left the fishing village for college. While there, he accepted Christ into his life and was called into the ministry.
Just 10, 14 miles away from Washington, D.C. For about 12 years, we served there and planted a Filipino church. When we got married, my wife and I, we didn't have children. We waited for Ryan to arrive for 6 years. When Kay got pregnant, we were so happy, we were so elated. But before he was born, the doctor found out he had a congenital heart defect. But the doctor said after 2 years, we're gonna have a corrective surgery. And they had surgery. The doctor said 85%, 95%, he'll be okay. But the Lord decided to take this little boy home. And I look up at his little body and I go, Lord, this is not fair. I gave my life to you, become a missionary. Now you're doing this. You don't have a right to do that. I was so mad, I was angry, I was losing faith. But the Lord just showed me for about few seconds, just an image of the cross. He just revealed to me that you could get mad or get angry at me. But I know what you feel, because I also have a son and I gave him up for you. So I know, don't say you don't know. I don't know, because I do. And for a few seconds, I was still hurting. Man, I can't be bitter, because for the first time in my life, I sensed that hope, that the cross is the answer. I was gung-ho at first that God can use the worst thing that ever happened to me, the death of my son, to grow a church. And I began to realize after about 12 years that's not happening. And so I gave up that storyline. I want to forget about children because I was focused on Ryan's story. So in Southeast Asia, I started just helping native missionaries. I don't want to talk about children. And guess what? The Lord started showing me children again. And I said, I couldn't get away from this, guys. Until one time I attended this global missions conference on children. And that's where I heard it for the first time. That ages 4 to 14, children is the most powerful age to communicate the gospel. Because 85% of responders comes to Christ at early age. And so that changed my mind to go back to where I started. Children, that would be the focus of my life. Every kid in the Philippines loves to play basketball. The bouncing of a basketball defines the rhythm of life here. Every little community has a basketball court. Basketball is life here. We're like teeny-meeny people who can't dunk. But it's life. It's the passion of everybody. So we feel like we can use it to maximize it for ministry. So our vision is every child a champion, every court a church, every coach a catalyst for change. In the Philippines, the best strategy is basketball. If you invite them to a Bible study, they won't come. If you invite them to a basketball game, they will. What if we do that? And after that, let's do a Bible study. And right now, churches in the Philippines are using it to reach out to elementary kids. And I would not be able to anticipate what the Lord is doing with simple ideas. They are the biggest unreached people group, the most responsive, and yet the most open. That if we disciple a group, a basketball team, 12 of them, then we could develop leaders given enough time. That maybe one of the guys that we gave basketballs to today would be the next president of the Philippines. Who knows? If you want to transform the country, you can transform it through the kids. I'm 59, so I'm at my last quarter. But I'm grateful that you only win the game at the last quarter, right? In short, I want to be a hero maker. I don't want to be the guy who would take the last shot because it's last 3 seconds and the other team is ahead by 2 points. I want to be the guy who can handle the ball and say, that guy is open. Let me give him the ball. And the little guy shoots and scores, and we put him in our shoulders and said, go. Great for you. But I want to be a hero maker for these kids. My son taught me that.